Hello. Uh, I'm here. Today, I'm here today to talk to you about something that I watched over this past weekend. It's two things, and a special third thing at the end. It has nothing to do with the other two at all. First thing, I'd like to talk about Soul, the new Disney Pixar movie starring Michael J. Fox. Jamie Foxx from Spider-Man 2. My favorite one. A lot of other people's favorite one as well. And anyway, it's about Joe, I think is his name in the movie. And he's there, definitely there, and he is there. He's a band teacher, and wants to, be a real musician, and very basic, very good start for a movie. And then he gets a gig. He's gonna get it. He's gonna smash it. He's gonna be what he wanted to be his whole life. And oh my gosh, he dies. It's like, oh my goodness. He falls into a sewer. There's a big old hole in the ground, those big old sewer holes. Hope that comes up funny on Google Images when I search that later. Hopefully. And he falls down and dies.
Christian alert. Christian alert.
We don't see him dying. I don't see that. But he falls down in this hole. And he's going to die. He's going to the great beyond, I think is what they call it in the movie. I think that's hell. I think they call that one hell in real life. So he breaks out of there and goes to the great before, where they make the people. So he dies, goes there, he escapes, he's there, and everything after that, or everything before that, is great. It's great. It's a great mini story. This could have been a 10-minute short movie, short film thing, and it would have been good. I think, honestly, would have been fine. But they decide to keep it going. And he tries to get back to Earth and can't. It won't let him. The portal won't let him go. That they're sending all the little baby people through. I won't let him go through it. And so he's going, trying. And they're like, you gotta train this other person, this little soul lady, that no one else has been able to do to learn stuff to. So they do that for a little bit. It won't work. And then they try to do this seance thing to get him back in his body. And then the twist, instead of him getting back in his body, he's in a cat now. And the new soul lady that he was trying to teach to be a human or whatever is now in his body. And now they go on hijinks. Everything before that moment is great. Animation, stellar. Everything great. Plot, everything, characters, situations. It's like 20 minutes of just awesome. And then he's in a cat. Jamie Foxx is now a cat for 30 minutes. For 30 long minutes, maybe even longer. It's like the whole rest of the movie. That's as far as I'm going with Soul, because I have nothing else to say about it. It's just really stupid jokes after that. It's him being in a cat. All those jokes have been done before, where he's talking, and then it cuts to what other people are hearing. It's like, just jokes like that are really stupid. Anyway, on to Wonder Woman.
You know, I'm not so keen on this one. I figure you are, but you know what? I'm ready to go.
I think we can do better.
Parachute pants?
Yeah,
Does everybody parachute now?
Wonder Woman 1984 starts out with my favorite part. Narration. There's narration in this film. Beginning and end, of course. Just like the last one. The narration does nothing for the movie. All she says is, you know, a long time ago, I didn't want to use the truth but you know, later on in my life, I've learned that truth is good and good. And you think, okay, so this movie is going to be about her learning that truth is good, or something important. No. So while she's doing this narration, it's Gal Gadot, by the way, Gal Gadot. It's not the little girl who's only in the movie so they can put her in the trailer. So while she's doing this narration, we see little girl Gal Gadot running through a forest.
Some days my childhood
And
feels
for reasons explained later, they should have used this time to set up something that happens in about 5 minutes for
looking back,
the movie time. It'll be about 5 minutes. So they should have used this time for, I don't know, a little thing, so a little trail thing that she uses later on in the movie in about 5 minutes. But instead, they don't. They just show her running through the forest. We'll talk a little bit more about that setup that they should have done here in a minute. Comes up a couple times, actually. Different things they should have set up. So, she's running. She gets to this big Olympic arena. Like Coliseum or whatever. And it's showing all this, and all these women doing all these things, you know. It's on that island that they were on in the first movie. And I have nothing against the women doing things. I don't care about that. Could be anyone. Could be a raccoon in a jetpack with a tree, you know, talking tree man with a guy, and he kind of looks like the guy from Jurassic Park. You know all that stuff. It could be that, and it's still fine. It's not because they're women, for the love of the Lord. So, they're doing things. Clones do not have to be CGI.
Hi, I'm Corey, and this is Star Wars Facts. The clone troopers in Episode 3 serve as pretty significant side characters. In fact, one of them, Commander Cody, is even friends with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Temuera Morrison, who played Jango Fett, also returns to provide their voice as well as their face when their helmets are removed. However, every single clone trooper you ever see in the film is a computer-generated image. There were never any clone troopers actually filmed, and they never even built a single clone trooper costume. It's all CGI. When you briefly see one of them without his helmet, that's Temuera Morrison's real face, composited onto a CG clone trooper body and match moved with the animation. Thank you for watching. Click here to see another fact and move along. Move along.
And then she's ahead of them for like the whole rest of the race. It's so stupid. She's just better than everyone. It's really dumb. She can swim faster. She can run faster. It's all this. And so then they get on horses, and they have to ride the horse, and they have to pick up the bow, and they got to shoot the bow into a target, And they have to do that all the way through. And she's an idiot. She's like miles ahead of them. And she turns around. The green screen, by the way, if you've seen Wonder Woman 1, the first one, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've seen Thor Ragnarok, the scene where they're with their dad, spoiler alert, and he dies, and they're like in a meadow, field, mountain thing, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where it's kind of there, but there's parts that make it look terrible. Like, it's not like an outline of green, of lime green, you know, or anything. You can't see the green screen, but what is supposed to be behind them, it's very clearly green screen. And it's not something that would make sense. It's not something like a big giant robot thing that doesn't exist or something. It's like a sky. I learned how to do a sky in After Effects. If I have the video, I will show the video. It took me like an hour to learn how to do it because she's an idiot and not paying attention and gets hit by a tree. It's really funny. And then with her immense knowledge, she uses this random slide. I don't know. It's like a plastic slide. It's not like a log that's been like carved out or something. It's like a plastic toy slide. It's going down the mountain. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Where they should have set it up. They should have had her go down this slide. Like, she's going to be late to the race, so she's got to use the slide to go down and get there in time. So she uses the slide, and majestically lands on her horse further down the track. It's like a couple seconds. It's like 30 seconds or something of them running on their horses behind her, and she barely makes it back to her horse. And then they make it, blah, blah, blah. And then the mentor lady from the first movie comes and grabs her before she can win. And they're like, oh, that's a lie, Diana. You didn't win. You wouldn't have won. You lied. You're not using the truth. Because you have to be truthful. All good warriors are truthful. Or something. And it's like, meh, if they knew it was there, they could have used it too. I don't know. Being more knowledgeable is better. I don't know. Sure. What? And so, you would think that with a flat ceiling, there's nothing really to hold on to. But there's 4 like pillars to hold up the ceiling. I don't know if this is in the right spot now. And so you would think maybe she's gonna like lasso one of them and like do like a sideways like swing around type of thing. Nope, she swings from the ceiling over across. She can fly. Doesn't need the swinging thing. Okay, so about the lasso. She uses it a lot. Like a lot. And so, my assumption, she uses the tiara thing quite a bit too. Not as much as the lasso, but she does use it a lot. More than she did in the last one, which was not at all. She doesn't have her sword and shield, which I don't understand why. There's almost no reason for her to not have it. At least have it. But they decided to not do that. And the reason I think is something really stupid. So, obviously the first one got a lot of criticism. It got a lot of praise. But from people that matter at all, not me. In the filming industry, it got a lot of criticism. Not like this movie sucks and cannot be fixed. Criticisms like there's a couple things you should change. Because I don't think that movie is hot garbage, but I think it's close. This movie is hot garbage. And it's very basic things. It's like, the CGI is not good. The villain is really weird, and I don't know why he's like that. Things like that. That's why the first one is bad. And they took criticisms like, she doesn't use her whip at all. Because she doesn't, really. She uses the sword and shield. She does not use the whip, at all, except for a couple of times when she grabs people. But she never really uses it. And I think they saw that from, a couple people that said that. And said, the whole time in the next one, that's what she's going to use. Why? Why? It's a whip. It's good. For some things, like wrapping people up or, using it a little bit. But they could have had her with the sword and shield. I don't know why she doesn't have it. She has it in the other one. It's weird. I don't know. There's Justice League and Batman vs Superman. She doesn't know. Anyway, yeah. So after the mall scene, we're gonna skip ahead quite a bit. Actually, no, we're not. No, we're not. Not yet. It's a little later. We skip ahead quite a bit. So she's going to stop the people. She kills the other two, and then swings across. And that's when she starts fighting them. One of them pulls out a gun, and is gonna shoot her. And with her Peter tingle, turns around and sees there's this little Annie over here. And so instead of lassoing her with the lasso, she slides, keyword, slides across the ground on her knees across the ground to the girl and spins around and throws her into a giant teddy bear. And then gets up and uses her whip and throws the whip. And here's what I thought was happening. It happened so quickly. I only noticed it the second time. Because I wanted to make sure. No, I didn't only notice it the second time. It shows it a little later. I did watch that scene twice, though, to make sure it wasn't something weird. Anyway, so what I thought happened, because there's two guys. One with a gun, one that's kind of just there. What I thought happened was she threw her whip. It goes around this way. And it went around the first guy. Because they're standing next to each other. Not like this, but like this. I thought it went around the first guy once. And then went around and went around the other guy. And then she did something where they pulled together. But that isn't what happened. She throws the whip out like this. She gets it out of her little satchel and throws it like that. So what I thought was happening made sense to some extent. But what was actually happening, because I can believe that the rope is infinitely stretching. I can believe that to a degree because it's a magical rope. It's just a rope. It's not it's just a rope. So I can believe that it can stretch, right? To as however long she needs it to be. I can believe that. But what happens instead is she throws it and the rope is thrown. It's going this way. It splits in two. Wraps around them. And then it's split in two. So it pulls them together. And then it unravels itself around them and comes back into one. Oh my. It's so dumb. I can believe it can stretch, but splitting in two, that isn't how ropes work. We go into an airport. It's Wonder Woman and Chris Pine, and they're going into this airport, and it's not an airport, it's like a military base of some kind. They get out of a taxi to get there and just walk right up to it. It's like a big old glass wall inside of a cave, like military bases do, especially the 80s. And she flashes a little badge. Guess she's part of the military or something, I don't know. And they let them both in, and she's like, yo, Chris Pine, we're gonna fly this plane, brother. And so they get in this plane, and of course Chris Pine has no idea what he's doing, except for he figures it out immediately, even though he's a pilot from World War I. And they're going, and the military's like, yo, you can't just leave with our plane, brother. So they sound the alarms, and it's going, wow, wow. So that's going on, and Wonder Woman's like, flip and flip, dude. I forgot to say, and there's no time to explain it. There's no time, I guess, even though they're probably gonna die anyway. But they have a thing called radar now, and they can see us even if we're in pitch black darkness. And Chris Pine's like, this is another thing they should have set up. But she says, and I'll play it.
Yeah. I just have to pick up speed first, and then I'll take off.
Hang on. Focus. Focus.
So, my question is, why? One, why? Two, why didn't you show her do the thing with the coffee cup? Show her do that. Why? So, they're using this invisible jet to get to Egypt. So that they or somewhere in that area. So that they can try and stop Maxwell Mando Lord. Mando Lordian. It's a conspiracy. So, they're going to stop him for some reason. And he's got the stone, they think. So they go to stop him, and on their way home, like really stupid, because they're looking at nothing, and when they show them outside the plane, they don't, because it would look terrible. Yeah, so we're gonna move on. So he does, Maxwell Lord, he is doing this thing, and he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's in Egypt, he's trying to get this other oil guy, because he's an oil guy, if I didn't explain that already. He's an oil guy, and he's trying to get this other oil guy to give him all his oil. And he's like, you know, we'll do a little trade. I'll give you any wish you want in exchange for your oil. And he goes, nah, you couldn't even do my wish, even if you could do wishes. Because he's got a really weird accent, because he's from Egypt. And then, so, he's like, well, what is the wish? Just tell me the wish. And he's like, oh, I wish that all of my land was returned to me, or something along those lines. And then he's like, okay, I will take your oil now. And then they all laugh at him, because, of course. And then he's like, well, then have fun with what's coming. And so then I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not sure if the wish just happened to work out like that. Because I don't think he can change the wish. That's not... He can't do that. But what ends up happening is his guards, the Egyptian guy's guards, go with Max Lord. And then a wall comes up. And I'm not 100% sure... I'm not really sure what's supposed to be happening. So, maybe the wish backfired. Like, what the wish does is what happened. Right? Where he loses his whole house. Because it, like, goes through his house, the wall. And so he's out of everything he owns or whatever. But, I just don't understand exactly. I don't get it. Like, I could understand if it was like the wall coming up was a part of the wish. It's returning the land to the whoever. But, or it's like uniting the lands or something. I could understand if that was what it was and his plan was either he'll give me the oil or he won't and then the wall will come up and then he'll get the oil anyway. Which is fine. It's totally acceptable. If that's what was the plan. But the guards went with him as though they were his now. As though he was, like, cursing him or something. Which makes no sense to me. I don't think that's how the wish stone works. Now, they do show that the wish gives you something and then takes something else. So for Wonder Woman, it takes her powers, kind of. And then for Cheetah, I guess it takes like her humanity or something. Or like her being nice. So it makes her mean. I don't know. Kind of stupid. Yeah. So, blah blah blah. So, they're fighting. This is the best part of the movie. They're fighting him, Max Lord, Wonder Woman is, and Chris Pine. It's before that. They are driving to Egypt in a taxi now. Remember how they were in an invisible jet? Now they're in a taxi. Oh, it's so dumb. So they're in an Egyptian taxi, and they see Max Lord zoom by. And so they instinctively say, hey, stop the car, because they need to get out of the car. But then Wonder Woman's like, and he's like, I guess so. And they drive off with his taxi. And then Wonder Woman, of course, changes into her Wonder Woman outfit. Of course, she's got to be Wonder Woman. So then she Wonder Womans her way out onto the road. It's like a very Flash, Quicksilver moment where she uses her ability of super speed to run up to Max Lord and his other cars up there, and she starts fighting them, on the road, jumping from car to car type of thing. With her ability to run and jump, not fly or any other ability. It's pretty much just running. And so while she's running alongside them, they have one of the cars has like a turret on top of it. Not a sentry, but just a mounted turret. And they start shooting it, and Wonder Woman blocks them with her bracelets. And this is hilarious. So Chris Pine's driving the taxi. He's in the back of the pack there. And a bullet, she blocks two, and a bullet goes right past her head. It's maybe like over here. And it goes right past her, and it follows the camera follows the bullet. And instead of blocking it with her bracelet, that is like her whole forearm, and like blocking it. She doesn't have to like do that. She just has to put her arm. They're indestructible. So it would just go ding. She doesn't have to like bounce it. It's not how it works. So it goes past her, and she uses her lasso of lies to whip behind her and grab the bullet. You have indestructible bracelets. It's not like it went way past her. It went like right next to her. So, blah 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 blah, fighting on the road, blah 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 blah. She jumps onto his car and is like, "Yo, you gotta give me the stone, brother. You gotta give it up." And he's like, "You're looking at the stone." And she's like, "Huh? What? How is that even possible?" So then, fighting. She gets shot in the arm here, and because Wonder Woman is not bulletproof. And I meant to have my phone so I could look this up. Here we go. Right. Does Wonder Woman have super healing? Characters, Diana can heal from minor injuries, but when injuries are particularly severe injuries, must perform a spiritual ritual on Themyscira. That's really stupid. Some tellings have her being gifted the ability of super healing due to consuming water from the Fountain of Youth. Okay. Well, that's really stupid. I was thinking it would just say yes or no, and then maybe like some magical reason as to why. That's really stupid though. So she does not really have super healing. Not really. In the sense that she heals quickly, all on her own. I would assume she does heal faster, probably. But it's a pretty bad one. It's a pretty bad one. So we'll get to that later, though. So she then has to turn around and see that there's these children in the road, like a bunch of morons, and so she has to go save them. And instead of using her super speed or her ability to fly or any other of the millions of things she can do, she chooses to see it's like a telephone pole or something. Not like an electrical pole that has like the lines, but like the real tall ones that are metal and pretty much up one single pole with like wires keeping it from falling. One of those. Or something very similar. And she whips it and like swings it over and grabs them, and she is swinging, and my first thought is, okay, she's either going to save them and it's going to be totally fine, or she's going to fail in some way. Either way, those are literally the only two options. So I'm thinking, okay, so she's going to, the thing is going to break and she's going to fall because it's broken. She's going to have a little bit of momentum, but be on the road and not in any way have no way to get off of the road before the car gets there. That'll probably be how she fails. No. Nope. She just it kind of just slips past her hand, the rope. Just kind of flies out of her hand magically. It's not like she can't hold on anymore and then lets go because she's losing her powers. It just sort of slips out of her hand magically. It is magic, I guess. And so, you know, she falls on the road and they almost run her over. The kids almost get crushed to death. But then Chris Pine, he rams into the side of the car with his car, and then they smash, and no one dies, except for maybe the people in the other car, because they don't fight them or anything. They just don't get out of the car. I guess they're dead. I don't know. So yeah. So then Chris Pine and Wonder Woman have a little conversation about how, oh, you're losing your powers, Wonder Woman. You're losing your powers. Why are you losing your powers? Because they never said anything about that before this point. So maybe if they had said something about that, and then maybe she physically looked weaker because of. So where she does a thing where she looks at the camera, and then everyone decides we're going to renounce our wish now, because why not? And everyone begins to renounce their wish. The guy that killed that one lady on accident, is stupid. I'm not even really sure what was going on there. Anyway, everyone starts renouncing their wish. Maxwell Lord starts losing his power, and then his son is in danger, and he knows that somehow, and so he decides to renounce his wish to go save his son. It was nighttime during that whole scene. And then he gets in a helicopter and flies away. No repercussions for any of the horrible, awful things he did. So he gets to his son. It's now daytime. And they live happily ever after, I guess, or something. Wonder Woman flies around and is like, if you believe in truth, and the truth will help you, and you'll be good with the truth, and I'm from Wakanda. Yeah. So that happens, and then the first 30 credits or whatever of the actors, the directors, the producers, all that crap, plays through, and then it cuts to the mid-credit sequence, and it's a lady. She's got a hood on. She's walking through this market of some kind, and a beam or something is gonna fall onto this baby, and she's like, she doesn't even look. She's like, pow, I saved the day. And then she starts walking away because, I guess, and oh my God. Google, you suck. Google, you suck. Google, you suck. I'm going to jail. Not gonna stop me. Can I just do the thing I want to do? Wonder Woman TV show. Woman TV show. Yep, that's what I... I don't know who that is. I don't care. Can we go? Thank you. So the hooded lady turns around, and it's Linda Carter. And she's like, "You don't gotta thank me, 'cause I'm Linda Carter." And then like winks at the camera, and then walks away. If she played, I think she's supposed to be that girl in the golden outfit that from the beginning of the movie or from like the middle or whatever that I talked about with the wings and how she had to sacrifice herself or whatever. But you don't see her face in that moment. They didn't do like a really weird looking younger Linda Carter CGI thing, which that would have still been stupid because it really didn't have anything to do with the movie. They just wanted to stick Linda Carter in there for no reason because they did it last time. And it feels like they're like, here's this awful movie, terrible movie, completely garbage movie, but you like it because Linda Carter's in it. You have to like it because Linda Carter's in it. And the thing about that is I don't even remember her name. I had to look up her name twice for this review because I've spanned this over multiple days. But like, maybe if you grew up in the 80s, you would know who Linda Carter is. That's fair. That's fair. These movies are not for people that grew up in the 80s. They're for children. Or at least younger than that. I mean, you know, older people can enjoy the movie too, but I'm saying it's not made for them. It's made for everybody. Because if it's not made for everybody, then no one will see it. It will not make any money. If it didn't make any money, we're going to look up it and see how much money it made. Wonder Woman 1984 box office.
$7 million in its North American debut over Christmas weekend, the $200 million superhero thriller posted the most robust box office returns of any new release since the onset of the pandemic.
Okay. 16 million in the North U.S. That ain't a lot. How much does it cost to watch Wonder Woman? Oh, you just have to have it. Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, it doesn't say what it made it worldwide. Probably didn't make anything worldwide. But in the United States, it made 16.8 million. 16.8 million. 16.7 million. It might have changed since that. Yeah, no, it is 17. Wonder Woman box office. Original.
Wonder Woman's box office is $822,200,000.
Hold on a second. The Dark Knight box office.
The Dark Knight's box office is $1,005,000,000.
Superman box office.
Superman's box office is $300,500,000.
Wonder Woman 1984 budget.
The budget for Wonder Woman 1984 was $200 million.
Alright, so let's calculate some things here. Calculator. I'm just going to go to my calculator. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, $200 million. So we subtract, of course, 16... yeah, 16.7. I'm doing this as whole numbers, not as millions. I'm just doing it in ones. But it'll add up to close. So, that brings us to 3.3. So, if we think, right, that everyone who has HBO Max, let me go see how many people have that, if that's something I can find out. How many people have HBO Max?
According to Deadline, HBO Max, which closed the third quarter at 8.6 million activated subscribers in the US, has added another 4 million to reach 12.6 million as of early December, according to AT&T CEO John Stankey.
12.6 million. 12.6 million. So, let's write this number down. 183.3. That's our number for now. That's how much they have left on their budget to cover. And they said 12 million? Let me redo that. How many people have HBO Max?
According to Deadline, HBO Max, which closed the third quarter at 8.6 million activated subscribers in the US, has added another 4 million to reach 12.6 million as of early December.
12.6 million.
According to AT&T CEO John Stankey.
Thank you. 12.6 million. How much does it cost to have HBO Max?
According to Business Insider, HBO Max costs $14.
Okay. So we want So 12.6 million. Oh. 12.6. There we go. There we go. 12.6 million. I don't know. I don't have the other ones, but we'll just do 12.6 million. It's close enough. Times $14.99. Oh my God. So, if everyone in the that owns HBO Max, which will be generous and say yes, they did. It definitely made its money back. Not by much, but it did make its money back. Because if we look here, 18.3 was the budget, how much they had left of their budget after the box office in the United States, and 188 million is what they made from HBO Max, and that's if everyone watched it. But then you got to think also, streaming services usually are not just one person pays for it and only that one person has it. It's usually like a family has it, but it's only paid for once, or a couple of friends pay into it, and it's like 3 or 4 people have it, and so I would say it made its money back, probably, but that movie was awful, and I hate it. We'll go to the scores now of that and Soul. And yeah. Soul gets a 6 out of 10 for me, and Wonder Woman gets a 4 out of 10. They both were alright. Soul could have stopped when they completed their quest, sort of, and I would have been fine. It was the cat. It was mostly the cat. Wonder Woman was not good. I did like Pedro Pascal's performance, and I don't know her name, but the lady that did Cheetah, I like her performance as well. Everyone else sucked. Already forgot her name, and I'm recording this right after, but the girl that played Wonder Woman in the TV show, I don't know why she was there. Anyway, that's my review of Soul and Wonder Woman 1984. I hope you liked it, and look forward to stuff coming out in the future. I'm trying to sort of turn this whole YouTube thing into something more than just I do it every once in a while. So maybe subscribe. I have some ideas. I already have another video recorded. So it's coming. That one's coming out next week, and hopefully I make this a weekly thing. So stick around for that. See you.